Conservationists in North Carolina could be getting a big Christmas present from the federal government. There was a policy change this week from the U.S. Forest Service.
This means more protection for old growth forests in the Nantahala and Pisgah National Forests in western North Carolina. WRAL Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie talked to advocates who say this is a gift to future generations.
Unlike national parks, which are managed for conservation, national forests are managed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The USDA tries to balance conservation and recreation with the logging needs of the timber industry. In western North Carolina, the most recent management plan for the Nantahala and Pisgah National Forests does protect some old-growth areas from logging, but not all, says environmental attorney Sam Evans. Conservation groups battled that plan for most of the past decade.
There is a lot of actual existing remnant old growth out there on the landscape, and it's in places where the Forest Service is emphasizing timber production. So those are the areas that we're most worried about.
Now the U.S. Forest Service is proposing to change its rules for old growth forests. The change would require forest managers nationwide to protect them from commercial logging.
And that is a groundbreaking change. It's something that the Forest Service has never done before, and we're really excited about it.
Will Harlan with the Center for Biological Diversity says old-growth forests are hotspots for biodiversity, and they also store much more carbon than younger forests do.
We have less than 1% of our forests that are in old-growth conditions. So this is the last and best and oldest and most pristine forest left on the continent.
Harlan thinks the new rule has too many loopholes that could still allow logging. He's urging the U.S. Forest Service to tighten it up. The service is accepting public comments on the proposed rule through February 7th.
This is the public's opportunity to tell the Forest Service that they want to see these old growth forests completely protected for future generations.
The rule won't take effect until 2025, but the Forest Service is now requiring any logging projects in old-growth forests to undergo federal review effective immediately. Laura Leslie, WRAL News, Raleigh.
The timber industry has signaled it intends to push back against the rule change. The North Carolina Forestry Association didn't immediately respond to our request for comment. And if you want to voice your opinion to the U.S. Forest Service, you'll find a link to that in this story on WRAL.com.